I'm Mike Satterfield with thegentlemanracer.com, and in this series of videos powered by Shell V-Power, we're going to be taking you on some of the best road trips and some of the best sports cars in America. Welcome back to the channel, guys. In this edition of Great Cars and Great Roads, we are driving the McLaren 720S, and we're here at the Wine Garage, our starting point in Fredericksburg, Texas. It is a winery that is completely dedicated to car culture, and we're headed from here to Twisted Sisters, one of the greatest driving roads in all the country. Here at Wine Garage, the entire theme is obviously car culture, from this super cool diesel truck that's been converted into a bar to obviously the Howard Hughes out front, who is an old vintage mechanic sign. But the owners compiled an incredible collection of very rare vintage cars, and they're all on display for people who come to enjoy the winery. So let's go check out some cars. So here in the back room, there's a bunch of really important classic cars, including a replica of the General Lee, Trans Ams, Mustangs, Corvettes, Shelby GT500s. I mean, it kind of goes on. It's kind of a dream garage. You've got Panteras, Camaros, Porsches, a Dodge Demon with like 30 miles on it. It's a really cool collection, and there's always new things coming in and out. So you got to come and check out Wine Garage yourself to see all these great cars. So by far one of my favorite cars in this collection is this pastel gray with blue striped Shelby GT500. Now these 69 GT500s are super cool, but this one has a 428 Cobra Jet with a 4-speed, no air conditioning. This is like the ultimate muscle car. So it doesn't get much more Texas than this. This is a 1975 Cadillac convertible with Longhorns on the hood. Can you imagine just cruising around town? Cowboy hat, Longhorns on the hood, top down. It's the ultimate Texas machine. So I'm here with Gail, the owner of Wine Garage, and he's going to take us through all the different wines that are in their stable here at the garage.
All right, so our wines here, most of them are made right here in Texas with Texas fruit. So all of the reds that you see right here, and we're using Italian varietals as well as Spanish varietals. So they're made here on premise with, and then the whites are dry too. We have a couple that are not, that are sweet wines. This Rat Rod, for example, won double gold in San Francisco, took the top of its class. On the back, as you can see, we also do a stick shift that tells you how dry the wine is. And then on the front of most of our wines, we have the different cars on the labels.
So we got our wine for the hotel tonight. It's time to hit the road and head down to Leakey, Texas. I also got this great hat to keep the sun off as I'm cruising around with the top down. All right, we're here on our first pit stop with the McLaren 720S. We've got to put gas in it, so that means obviously premium fuel, which means we're putting in the Shell V-Power NiTRO Plus. It's their top premium fuel, and it's the only thing I would run in a performance car. We got some snacks, some water, stay hydrated, and now we're headed to Leakey, Texas, where we're gonna spend the night before we hit the Twisted Sisters tomorrow. So we spent last night here at the historic Leaky Inn. It is literally the only hotel in the town of Leakey. And much like Tail of the Dragon and the Snake, most of the people that come here are bikers, so expect a biker-esque experience at the hotel. Also, there's not a lot of restaurant choices. We ate the only restaurant that was open for lunch, so plan on having a hungry man microwave dinner like we did last night. But trust me, the roads make it all worth it. So the car that we brought here to Leakey, Texas to take down the Twisted Sisters is this McLaren 720S Spider. It is one of the best cars McLaren offers. 710 horsepower, 4-liter twin-turbo V8, carbon ceramic brakes. It's pretty much overkill for the roads that we're gonna be driving on, but if you have the opportunity, you might as well. Now, Twisted Sisters is legendary. It is actually 3 different roads that loop together and kind of loop you around back from Leakey up north, across, and then back down towards the town of Leakey. So if you are coming here, Leakey is the place to stay, even though there's a little less to choose from food-wise. So how I found out about the Twisted Sisters and the town of Leakey was I was doing a story on an old series of photos that were shot in the 70s by the EPA. They commissioned photographers to go out and photograph different communities. And the ones from Leakey I really thought were interesting because there was all these cool old motorcycles and cars in it. And I think there's 300 or 400 people that lived there maybe at the time. And it doesn't look like it's grown that much since. But Leakey is just this little sleepy town with 3 great roads that make up the Twisted Sisters. And obviously back in the day, all those motorcycles and cars were in Leakey for the same reason that we're here, to drive these awesome roads. We just wrapped up our run down the Twisted Sisters. It is an incredible driving road. And the one thing I will say is, even though it's out here in the middle of nowhere, it is definitely worth the drive. Just be sure to fill up with your Shell V-Power before you get to Leakey.